You have felt it. That moment when you walk into a room full of people and somehow, without anyone saying a single word to you, you already feel like you don't belong. That quiet, invisible wall between you and everyone else. You watch some people walk in, and within seconds, everyone gravitates toward them. They laugh louder, get heard faster, and leave a mark on every single person in that room. And you stand there, wondering what they have that you don't. You're not less intelligent, you're not less interesting, you're not less worthy, but something is missing, and that something is quietly costing you friendships, opportunities, and the kind of deep human connection that every single one of us is craving. Today, we are going to talk about that something. It has a name. It is called social intelligence, and the gap between where you are and where you want to be socially is not your fault, but it is your responsibility to close it. Welcome to the Luminous Soul. If this is your first time here, this channel exists for one reason only, to help you understand yourself and the world around you at a deeper level. If that speaks to you, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. New content drops regularly, and every single video is built to genuinely shift something inside you. Now, let us dive in. Most people think social intelligence is about being charming or funny or having the perfect thing to say at the perfect time. But here is the truth that nobody is telling you. Social intelligence is not a performance, it is a perception. It is about how deeply and accurately you can read the invisible emotional landscape of any social situation. It is about understanding what people feel before they say it, what they need before they ask for it, and what is really being communicated underneath the words being spoken. And the gap, the social intelligence gap, is the distance between how you currently read people and situations and how accurately you actually need to read them to thrive. But here is where it gets important, and I want you to stay with me here, because what I'm about to share next is the third and most hidden reason why this gap exists, and it is the one that is quietly hollowing you out from the inside. We'll get to it, but first, let's talk about the 3 daily scenarios that are keeping you stuck. The first scenario, you're in a conversation and you can feel the energy drop. Maybe you said something slightly off, maybe the topic shifted, maybe the other person's eyes glazed over just a little. And in that exact moment, instead of gracefully adjusting, you either overcorrect, talking more, louder, funnier, or you freeze completely and go quiet. The conversation dies. You walk away replaying everything you said, convinced you ruined it. But you didn't ruin it. You just didn't have the tools to read that micro shift and respond to it. That's the gap in action. The second scenario, you're in a group setting, a meeting, a social gathering, a dinner. There's a moment where the conversation opens up, where someone could jump in and say something meaningful. You have something to say, you feel it, but by the time you decide whether to say it or how to say it, the moment is gone. Someone else has already filled it, and that person gets the nod, the laugh, the acknowledgement. You sit there invisible, not because your thought was less valuable, but because you couldn't read the timing of that social window fast enough to step through it. If you're finding this resonating, this is exactly the kind of content we build at the Luminous Soul. Please take a second to like this video. It genuinely helps more people find this content who need it, and it tells us to keep making more of it. The third scenario, and this one is the most painful, you invest in people, you show up for them, you remember details about their lives, you check in, you care deeply. But somehow you keep finding yourself in one-sided friendships, on the outer edge of social circles, or feeling deeply lonely even when you're surrounded by people. You give and give and give, and you wonder why you don't receive the same energy back. The answer is not that people are cruel. The answer is that social energy is not just about generosity, it's about resonance. And without social intelligence, even the most giving person in the room can feel like a stranger. Now, here is the third and deepest reason why this gap exists, and this is the part most self-help content never reaches. The real reason you struggle socially is not a lack of confidence, it's not shyness, it's not even a lack of practice, it's something psychologists call emotional attunement deficit. In simple terms, you were never taught how to feel with other people. Not just feel for them, which is empathy, but feel with them, which is attunement, and that distinction is everything. Most of us grew up in environments where emotions were either suppressed, dramatized, or ignored entirely. We were never taught to sit in another person's emotional frequency and understand it from the inside. So we learned to interact with people from the outside, through words, through logic, through social scripts and rehearsed responses. And the world rewards this surface-level interaction just enough to make us think we're doing fine, until we're in a room full of people, feeling utterly alone, and we can't figure out why. There's also something called the spotlight effect, first studied by psychologists Thomas Gilovich and Kenneth Savitsky. This is your brain's tendency to believe that other people are paying far more attention to you than they actually are. Every awkward pause, every slightly strange comment, every nervous laugh, you believe the entire room noticed it and judged it, but they didn't. They were too busy managing their own spotlight effect. This cognitive distortion is silently terrorizing your social life by keeping you in your head instead of in the moment where real connection happens. Subscribe to the Luminous Soul if you haven't already. This channel is built for people who want to go deeper, not just read surface-level tips, but actually rewire the way they move through the world. Hit subscribe. You belong here. So how do you close the gap? Here are 3 minimalist, deeply effective steps. Step 1. Practice listening without the agenda. Most people listen to respond. Socially intelligent people listen to understand. The next time you're in a conversation, set one simple internal intention. I am not here to be interesting, I am here to be interested. That shift alone changes your entire energy. People can feel when they're truly being heard. It's rare, it's magnetic, and it costs you nothing. Stop preparing your next sentence while the other person is still speaking. Let there be silence if silence comes. Silence is not failure, it's spaciousness, and spacious conversations are where real depth happens. Step 2. Learn to read the room through emotion, not logic. Here's a practical exercise. The next time you walk into any social environment, before you say anything, take 10 seconds to scan the emotional temperature of the room. Is it tense? Is it playful? Is it scattered? Is there a dominant emotion running through the people there? You're not analyzing, you're feeling. Then match that frequency before you try to shift it. This is called emotional pacing. Therapists use it, great leaders use it, and once you develop this muscle, you'll stop walking into rooms and accidentally creating friction because you took the time to feel the room before trying to fill it. Step 3. Stop optimizing for approval, start optimizing for authenticity. Every time you edit yourself before speaking because you're afraid of how it will land, you're widening the gap. Every time you say yes when you mean no, you're widening the gap. Every time you perform a version of yourself that you think the room wants, you're widening the gap. The most socially intelligent people in the world are not the most agreeable, they're the most authentic. They have learned that real connection cannot happen through a curated version of themselves. It can only happen through the real one. Start small. Say one true thing per conversation that you would normally keep inside. Not something disruptive, just something real. Watch what happens to the quality of your connections. Now here's something I want you to sit with. Every great friendship, every meaningful relationship, every career opportunity that came through human connection, all of it was possible because of social intelligence, not talent, not intelligence in the traditional sense, not even hard work. The ability to make another human being feel seen, heard, and valued is the single most powerful social currency in existence, and it's learnable. It always has been.
If this video gave you even one thing to think about differently, please like it right now. Your support directly allows the Luminous Soul to keep creating content that actually moves something in people. And if you know someone who struggles socially or feels like they are always on the outside looking in, share this video with them. It might be exactly what they needed today. And subscribe if you haven't. Every week, we go deeper into the psychology of self-mastery, human connection, and emotional intelligence. This is a community of people who are done with surface-level answers. You are in the right place. But before you go, I want to leave you with one question, and I want you to really sit with it, not answer it quickly, not scroll past it, actually feel into it. The question is this: in your most important relationships right now, are you truly showing up as yourself? Or have you been so focused on being accepted that you forgot to be known? Because here is the thing: the people who love the version of you that you have been performing, they do not actually love you. They love the performance. And deep down, you know that, which is why no amount of approval ever truly fills the emptiness. The real you, the unedited, uncertain, beautifully complex human being underneath all the social armor, that person deserves to be known. And the moment you start letting them be seen, everything changes. Drop your answer in the comments below. I read every single one. Tell me, where do you feel the social intelligence gap most in your life? Is it in romantic relationships, friendships, the workplace? Or is it something deeper? Something you have never quite been able to name? This is the Luminous Soul, and we will see you in the next one. Subscribe, like, share, comment. The Luminous Soul. Illuminate the self. Elevate the life.